Well, as you can hear from the noise, we're in central London at the moment. Cars going past all over the place. We're in a basement, and I'm here because I wanted to show that although now is a really tricky time to invest in property and make money, it is possible to do it if you know what you're doing. And Sylvia here has been doing it for a few years, so I've asked her to come and show us how you can make money even in these tough times with property. So this, I'm guessing, is a property you can actually make money on.
Absolutely, Jasmine. Perfect location, central London. You're hard pressed to lose money in central London, but equally you always want to do more than break even.
Yeah.
So it's about having an unusual space, a quirky space, or making even better use of the space that you have, which is what we're aiming to do here.
Great. So can we start by looking at the vaults? Can you show me? I call them the vaults.
Sure.
Yes, it's lovely in there. I think I'll let you go there. In front
You're so
of me.
kind.
Yes.
Well, hard hat first and foremost. Okay, so as you can see, or maybe can't see that well in this space, you can see that we're out here in the vault. This actually comes as an extension to the basement flat. So we have a dustbin area over there, we're not concerned about that, but we have lots of space here that could actually be utilised and make the flat actually that much bigger. One of the things that we've got all the services and everything else that are common to the block running through here. So whilst the temptation is let's move the services, you could spend an absolute fortune in trying to do that for a gain of not a huge amount of space. So let's go just outside and you'll see how we've reached a compromise on that, which is absolutely perfect and making most use of the money. No, I didn't disappear in the vault, but as you can see from where the vault was, what we've actually done here is we've reclaimed some of this space. So if you actually come through into here, you can see that the other side of that wall we actually have the vault, and we've reclaimed all of this space as you come through here. Now for central London, this is a pretty large space. It could easily be an office, it could be storage, it can be all things to all people. And when you think this was originally part of that cold, damp, useless, unusable space that we were in just now, what a fabulous find and how that adds value to the property. So again, many uses for this. The services that were coming through, what we've managed to do there is to close those off and to make them safe, but in doing so have recaptured this space. So the £10,000 or so that it would have cost you to move all the services, that's money saved and money well spent on making a much cosier interior. So let's pop in now and have a look what that looks like. Okay, so you can see quite a lot of space that we've actually recaptured here. Here we just had a sliding door, an ugly, awful thing, very dated, very awful. So we put a nice window in here, a nice door in here, but the cunning part of this is that we've claimed not an awful lot of space, but a couple of foot from the vault, which actually now makes this large enough to be a reasonably sized bedroom right slap bang in the centre of London. Isn't that fabulous? So again, we've opened it up, kept nice creams in here, nice wooden flooring to create this bedroom space. Let's go on through and see what we've done with the main living area. So often when places are changed, there's nowhere to put anything. How often have we all lived in a flat and said there's no storage? So lovely storage area there. Again, roof space put in there to give us plenty of storage. And a quite reasonably sized bathroom on the way through there. So we can see again everything that you would need for modern city life. So whatever your lifestyle, whether you're here a few days a week or whether it's for permanent living, we've created quite an enviable space. And don't forget, we're slap bang in the centre of London. So if we move through to the main living area, and I think this is absolutely fabulous. With a few changes of doorways and things, this is now an absolutely enormous area. When you come into this area here, you can see, having put the shutters for security on the windows, opened up that space. We've got a nice dining area. And again, huge flexibility here, because this could become a bed sit, or indeed this could become your lounge dining area, and you keep the separate bedroom as we've already seen outside. Just over here now, you can see extensive kitchen space. How often in a small London flat have you got an area that actually, if you like to cook, you might as well not bother? Here we've got a lovely kitchen area, and again, the flexibility has been maintained, because again, it's been designed in such a way that it can be all things to all people. If we look here, this is the area to the main block and the entrance to the main block. So we've actually got the two accesses. So by keeping this here, that's a very good move. It would have been very, very easy to block that off and lose an access. By keeping it, we're keeping all our options open, and you could get a fabulous screen going along here if the future resident wanted to make this a bed set. And that's the key. If you're in central London, space is a premium. So either increase your space, or whatever you do with the space, make sure that you design it in such a way it can be all things to all people. Because after all, remember, we're not designing it for us, we're designing it for the person that's going to buy it and that's going to live here. And that can be so vastly, vastly different. So there is still money to be made, and the important thing is that you buy carefully. So it's about location, or it's about finding something maybe 500 miles away that's very, very different. And we'll be having a look at that later on. So then, Jasmine, now you've seen the finished article, you saw the vault at the outset of the journey. What do you think now?
Well, I think it's wonderful. I really do. I think it's a great, great place. And I don't know about you, but when I come in, I feel I can imagine myself living here. Is that the key, really? Because obviously, you're building, you're renovating to sell or to rent. In other words, to make money. But there's got to be a balance between making it good enough that people go, oh yeah, I really want to live here, and just spending too much, because you can spend your life, fixtures, fittings, and everything. How do you get that balance?
That's so important. All too often, developers or maybe people that are buy to let will create something and spend as little as possible. I wouldn't want to pay rent for that, so I wouldn't expect anyone else to. I firmly believe in everything that we build at Cosy Homes. If you build for quality and you build it with passion and that you love it and you take care of that detail, then you will always have a quality product to bring to the market. And at the end of the day, quality will always sell.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I think that too. And it's a shame, as you say, when you go into places and you think, they've done this up just to sell, they've done it up just to rent, and they don't care, there's no love in it, essentially. No, let's be honest, that's what it boils down to. So it's really good to know that it really does matter to put quality in. But of course, you need to put a cap on it. I mean, this property cost $355,000. So if you think stamp duty, legal fees, maybe about another 10 on, add that. So 365. They spent about 60-70 grand on it. So, you'd need to what would you want to make on a property like that? Given the amount that's spent, what would you want to spend it to sell it for?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that now, at a rough guess, I don't know what the valuation is, but I'd say it's probably around 500,000, even in today's market.
Really? Wow.
So you have a scenario where actually you've still made your 40,000-50,000.
Yeah.
And the thing about good property investment is don't be greedy. Don't be greedy.
Yeah.
You can make profit, but you can still create wonderful things, and that really is the balance.
So, say for example, it was valued at 450. Would you still be happy with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So long as you have a profit, it's about
Little
balancing
profit,
the time as well, you know. I think gone are the days, and personally I've never agreed with it, that you spend as little as you can, get as much as you can, because there needs to be satisfaction as well. You know, if you can't look at something and think, I've created something pretty amazing, for me there's no buzz in it.
Well, let's have a look at something else that you've created that's pretty amazing.
A bit further away.
A little bit further away, yes.
Okay, we said we'd have a look at something else, and it certainly is more than 500 miles away, because the next development in total contrast that we're going to look at is the reconstruction of an old crofting village that we did up in Wester Ross. This is what it looked like before. As you can see, the ruin of an old croft. No ceilings, no floors, in fact no foundations, because when they were originally built there simply weren't any. So what we've done here is taken down the stone, literally stone by stone, and photographed it, got matching stone and rebuilt to current building standards. So we have all the luxury of modern living, but all the beauty and all the reminiscence of an old croft, in fact an old crofting village. As you can see from the picture, the site is actually 5 acres, and you'll see that we've got a highway standard road coming in. That's because no one actually believed we were only going to put 4 acres on this beautiful 5-acre site, and it's simply going back to what it was originally, the 4 crofting houses that were here. So you can see as we look around, we've got the case nest slab, we've got the original horns on the windows, and these walls are nearly 3 foot thick, because again the gable end is replicated on the inside to give us a true and genuine crofting feel. So really, for those people that want the experience of living in an old croft house without the dampness, with the foundations, but indeed without banging their head as they go through the front door, hopefully we've captured it all here in a truly one-off development that's taken, well, 3.5 years to build, and a lot of heartache along the way. But again, you can see the full story. Log on to www.cozyhomesonline.com and you can see this journey and join me on it from start to finish. And I look forward to seeing you there.